Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to all students. Today the topic is breach of contract. Breach of contract. In bahasa Melayu, pelanggaran kontrak. So we have four objectives that we going to lecture today. Define the discharge of a contract. Number 2, identify the breach of a contract. 3, understand the types of contract. And the fourth one, define damages out of the breach of contract daripada pelanggaran syarat tadi. So the first one, discharge of contract. When the obligation created by a contract comes to an end, contract said to be discharged or terminated. Bila satu-satu kontrak, saya nak beli buku daripada awak, harga RM10. Contoh kalau kita pergi supermarket lah, you beli buku kat supermarket RM10, RM20. So you pergi kat kaunter tu, you bayar, dia terima duit, dia bagi buku, contract is done. Kalau ingat dulu, early on, you must have offer and acceptance. Kedai buku offer you to sell the book, you accept to buy the book, and you pay the consideration of the money, RM1 or RM2. So all the three elements is already completed, so the contract is discharged. Tutup buku, habis. Tidak ada apa-apa masalah. Now we will study how the mode of discharge of contract. Tadi kita cakap straightforward, but there are many ways that the contract can be completed, discharged, tidak ada masalah. Kalau tidak, apa pula masalahnya? What are the problem? So we have 6 in your slide ways of discharge of contract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go on by one. By performance. Contoh by performance yang tadi nombor 1 saya cakap tadi, itu by performance lah. You beli, dia bagi, you bayar duit, done. Performance done, dah selesai. Itu satu, kontrak dah tamat, is already discharged. That is under performance. Number 2, attempted performance or tender. When the promisor has made an offer of performance to the promise, but it has not been accepted by the promisee. Contoh, dalam contoh tu, Ram to sell his computer at £15,000. Lakshman agreed to purchase the same, and the delivery, the computer is made 2nd June. In this case, when Ram is ready to deliver the second computer, but Lakshman does not accept, the delivery then is called attempted performance, and it discharges Ram from his obligation. Saya nak jual kamu komputer, I want to sell you computer. You agree to buy, and I will deliver you on 2nd June. Misalnya lah, tarikh yang dah ditetapkan. Jadi bila Ram nak supply the komputer, you tadi tak mau terima. So I already attempted to do my performance sebagai as a promise, as a contract. But you tak mau terima. So this is we call it when the promiser has made an offer to perform, dia dah nak supply dah komputer, he offer to perform, tetapi yang nak beli tadi does not want to accept. So this is one way that you have already discharged the contract. Masalahnya tak ada party not accepted, that is a separate matter. 3, by mutual agreement. Contoh, we have seen in your slide there, A owns, saya ada own you RM1,000, dan saya sepatutnya bayar hutang kamu RM100. I have to pay you RM1,000. But now I have no money to pay. In return, I give my car sebagai cakaran untuk my RM1,000 tadi. And you accept my car sebagai cakaran, that my money I didn't pay RM1,000. So that one we call it by mutual agreement. Kontrak yang awal tadi, I owe you money RM1,000, have to pay, I didn't pay. terbatal. Now there's a new agreement that I give my creditor sebagai cakaran, so my utang kat you still maintain RM1,000. But this one dah kira kontrak baru, kontrak yang earlier one extinguish. Kontrak yang dulu yang I janji you RM1,000 mesti bayar in time, tak pakai lagi. Sekarang kita bagi satu cakaran sebagai hutang. Mungkin saya akan bayar yang di masa akan datang, then you give back my car back to me. So there's another way that mutual agreement can be completed ataupun performance in respect that kita buat agreement yang baru. Or we call it that one by novation. Like satu lagi perkataan legal ni, novation. Kita tukar daripada I bayar RM1,000, I bagi kereta I sebagai RM1,000 cakaran. So you novate another different items. Daripada you give money, now you give a car. So that point we call it novation agreement. Yeah. Nanti kalau you jumpa apa-apa agreement novation, that's how it works. Seterusnya, rescission, pembatalan kontrak. Contoh, I want to sell you 100 table and I have to deliver you by 1st November. But I didn't deliver you the goods by 1st November, so you can rescind the contract, batalkan kontrak yang saya tadi sebab I tak deliver kerusi tadi pada 1 November. So this is one also way that contract tu boleh dibatalkan sebab non-performance of me supplying you the chairs as per agreed date. So pembeli boleh batalkan sebab you tidak supply barang tu. So that's one way that kontrak boleh dibatalkan atas pelanggaran syarat tadi. We call it breach of contract tadi kan. Kita belajar breach of contract, pelanggaran syarat that I tak deliver according to the agreed date. Seterusnya, alteration, perubahan, means a change of term of contract with mutual consent of both party. Ni contoh lah, I agree to give you, to sell you a car Proton. Katalah satu, I have a kedai jual kereta. I supposed to sell you Proton Saga and deliver you end of the year. By the time I tak ada kereta Proton Saga, but I give you Proton Wira and you agreed. So you agree on the alteration, perubahan tadi, so the contract pun boleh dilaksanakan ataupun diselesaikan. So we can do it based on alteration. Tetapi di sini is a new contract lah. Dulu kontrak Proton Saga kita batalkan because we have breached pelanggaran syarat tadi. We have come new contract bagi you Proton Wira. So based on kedua-dua pihak must agree. Saya tak boleh bagi you Proton Saga, now no Proton Saga, I quickly give you Proton Wira. No, because here we said mutual consent. Both party must agree to the new terms and conditions. That we call it alteration. Remission means acceptance by promisee of a lesser fulfillment of the made or promise made. A promise paint a picture of B. B after forbid him to do so. A is no longer bound to perform the promise. Saya suruh you buat gambar saya. Lepas tu saya kata tak jadi. So kontrak pun boleh terbatal. Sebab saya yang tak nak. Kemudian waiver means international relinquishment of right under the contract. Contoh, A promise to supply goods Y, subsequently Y exempt X from carrying out the promise. This amount of waiving the right of performance. Saya suruh saya buat longkang kat rumah saya. Ask you to build a drain, contractor to do the job. Then I said, tak jadi. So this one also both party agree tak jadi, become waiver, tak payah buat. Itu pun salah satu yang kontrak boleh dibatalkan. 3. By impossibility of performance. Effects of initial impossibility means that the impossibility existing at the time of making a contract. Contoh, Arjun agree with Rampal to bring a dead man to life. Saya janji kat kamu lah, saya boleh hidup orang ni. You bayar saya 1 juta, I can bring your father from the grave back to life. So it is known to parties at the time of making the agreement that the performance is impossible. So the agreement is, we call it void ab initio. Saya janji kamu bayar 1 juta, saya boleh bawa ni hidupkan balik mak kamu. But you know that impossible. I'm not God. Saya bukan Tuhan boleh hidupkan mak kamu balik. Jadi oleh kerana itu, both party dah tahu dah tak boleh buat. Jadi kontrak tu daripada awalnya tidak terikat atau we call it void ab initio. Maksudnya kontrak yang kita bersetujui terbatal daripada mula lagi dah. Because from beginning that kontrak memang dah tak boleh implement. Kita sign pun kontrak pun tak ada guna. Sebab saya tidak akan boleh bawa orang yang hidup, orang yang mati itu hidup balik. So that one we call it kontrak terbatal from awal, or the Latin word here we call it void ab initio. Kalau besok dalam exam dia kata bagi contoh how is the contract void ab initio, bolehlah bagi contoh ni. Katakan saya, one party want to agree to bring a dead man from alive, and it's impossible it can be done. So the contract they sign from beginning terbatal. Void ab initio, that means terbatal daripada awal. Sebelum kontrak tu design pun dah tak boleh pakai. Yang tadi kontrak terbatal in between, tukaran, performance, kind of thing. But this contract from awal dah terbatal. Next one, effect of supervising impossibility. Means impossibility which does not exist at the time of making a contract. Contoh, Amma agreed to sell his crop of wheat. The entire crop was destroyed by the fire through there was no fault of party. This contract was discharged. Katalah kita kat sini durian lah. Orang kampung dulu kan, sampai orang Melayu kat kampung tu suka jual buah durian, pokok durian belum berbuah lagi. Selalu Cina-Cina datang kampung, makcik saya nak beli durian. Dia panggil pajak. So durian besok berbuah, jual kat dia. So he pay money. Suddenly masa durian tu berbuah, durian tu kena kilat ke apa, terbakar. Jadi tidak ada durian yang akan diambil oleh orang yang bagi duit tadi. Jadi efek dia tadi daripada awal is impossibility. Jadi kontrak-kontrak begini tidak boleh sepatutnya dijalankan. Because barang yang kita nak kontrak tu mesti barang yang dah ada. Barang yang tak ada, we call it impossibility of performance in the contract. Macam-macam boleh terjadi. And then we have this discharge of contract by operation of law. Umpamanya nombor 1, by death of promisor. A contract involving person skill, ability to promise, discharge the death of promisor. Katalah saya sepatutnya buat rumah kamu, buat kontrak dengan saya lah sebagai seorang, dan saya mati. So bila mati saya tak boleh buat. So kontrak tu discharge by operation of the law. Undang-undang kata orang yang mati takkan nak fulfill kontrak. Tak boleh pula anak dia ke cucu cicit nak pergi buat. So tak boleh. Insolvency, nombor 2 insolvency. Kalau kita sebagai orang peniaga disiharkan bankrupt oleh pihak bank atau sebagainya, kita tak boleh bekerja dan tidak boleh buat peniaga lagi. So saya pun tidak boleh menyiapkan rumah yang telah saya buat kontrak dengan kamu. That mean dengan undang-undang kebankruptan tadi menghalang saya menyelesaikan kerja. Nombor 1 tadi kalau saya mati. Yang kedua kalau saya bankrupt. Sebab bankrupt tidak boleh berniaga dan tidak boleh lagi menyelesaikan kontrak yang dah dibuat. Dia automatically ikut undang-undang terbatal. 3, by unauthorized material alteration. If any party makes any material alteration in terms of contract without approval of the party, the contract come to an end. Bila kita buat kontrak, kita ada buat terms and condition, perjanjian-perjanjian yang perlu diikuti. Kalau kita ubah perjanjian itu tanpa persetujuan dua parti, kontrak itu juga mengikut undang-undang terbatal ataupun pelanggaran kontrak. Or we call it again, our topik ni breach of contract. Last one, by the identity of promisor and promisee. When the promisor become the promisee, then the other party is discharged. Jadi kalau kita sendiri yang nak buat apa tu sendiri untuk program projek kita, tak boleh kata saya nak buat rumah untuk diri saya. So tak ada kontrak lah, you do your own in the contract. There's no law. You become a promisee, you juga promiser. So takkan nak buat kontrak saya, buat kontrak nak buat rumah saya. Ini masuk dia. Nanti apa bagi ambil lagi more detail lagi ni ya, untuk bagi contoh. Kelima, by lapse of time. Itu pasal dalam kontrak kalau kita baca, time is an essence. Salah satu syarat dalam kontrak. Artinya masa tu mesti mengikut apa yang telah dipersetujui. Jadi kalau by lapse of time, masa telah terlepas, a contract can be discharged if non-performed or embraced within specific period called period of limitation. Period of limitation recovery mobile property is 3 years and 12 years from recovery of mobile property. Contoh, kalau kita berhutang, orang berhutang dengan kita, in the law said you must tuntut hutang within 6 years. Undang-undang ni we call all by operation of law. Kalau you tak tuntut within 6 years, benda tu lapse, you tak boleh tuntut. Katalah you, orang ada hutang you 100,000, you diam, tak tuntut dia. So dalam masa 6 tahun, ikut undang-undang mesti boleh dituntut lagi hutang. Tetapi selepas 6 tahun, kalau kita nak tuntut by operation of law, tidak boleh tuntut. Selamat, hutang kita pada dia pada kita tak dapat dituntut ya. Itu mengikut undang-undang lah. Kita talking about contract discharge by operation of law. So for this part 1, because the topic is quite long, I just like to have half an hour for you to digest what I've said. We'll continue for part 2 on the breach of contract for the next video session. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.